So guys, this is question number 7 of JEE Advanced paper 1 2026 है ना. If we see this, there is a quasi-static cycle of monochromatic gas. Monochromatic gas means beta degree of freedom will be 3 and adiabatic quotient will be 5/3, correct? 1 plus 2 by f. So process AB is isothermal, means at temperature at A is T1, then temperature of B will also be T1, and process BC is isochoric, means here temperature will change, okay? And again process CA is adiabatic, so we can say QCA is actually 0. They want Q in by, they want efficiency actually. So first thing that we need to do, we need to discuss process CA. So for process CA beta, we can apply our TV equation, which is T v की power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant, right? So we can say T, that is T2 at point C, T2 V2 to the power gamma minus 1, and we know the gamma value, right? So we can fill gamma minus 1, which is nothing but 2/3, is equal to T1 V1 to the power gamma minus 1, which is again 2/3. So from here T2 is coming out to be T1 V1 by V2 to the power 2/3. Let's see if there is any option which will talk about this. We should check option C. So option C, if we check beta, if V2 by V1 is 1/8, or sorry 8, then we can say T2 will be nothing but T1 V1 by V2 is 1/8 to the power 2/3, which will give us T1 by 4. So we can say T1 is 4 times T2. Therefore we can say temperature of gas in state A, state is T1, is 4 times at C, which is T2. So which is correct option. So we got C option. Similarly D option we can also solve, right? So D option we can say pressure at A and pressure at B. So this is we are talking about. So this is isothermal process, right? So we can say P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. They are talking about A and B, right? So A and B are connected by isothermal process. So we can say P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So we can say pressure at A, which is P1, upon pressure at B, which is P2, is equal to V2 by V1, which is nothing but 8 beta. So 8 means of course we are there saying 4. So pressure at A is 4 times pressure of B. This statement is actually wrong. Okay, let's move to the next option. So they are talking about heat absorbed in process BC, and they are talking about heat released in process AB. So let's talk about option A. Option A, QAB. First of all, AB is isothermal process, so we'll say nRT1 ln V2 by V1. And beta V2 by V1, if it is 8, we'll get 3 nRT1 ln 2. And ln 2 is 0.7, so we'll get 2.1 nRT1. Fine. Okay. Now let's talk about process. We got process AB, then we have to talk about process BC. So process BC is actually, if you see that they want heat release, so they want minus heat, right? So heat release will be equal to minus delta U actually. Why I'm taking minus sign? Because they are already talking about heat released here. Okay. So it will be minus 3/2 nR T2 minus T1. Okay. So this will be again 3/2 minus 3/2 nR, and beta T2 is, if you can say, put the T1 is equal to 4 T2. So this is like T2 is T2 and T1 is actually, if you fill the value of T1 is 4 T2. So we got 3. So this is minus or plus, we can say 9/2 nR T2. But again we need to compare with T1, right? Here we have T1. So if I put the value of T1 again, T2 is equal to this, so we'll get 9/8 nR T1 beta. And of course 9/8 is something 1 point something, right? So from here we can say that this QAB is actually greater than QBC. Heat released is more than heat absorbed. Okay. Then it is a Carnot cycle, right? So heat must be released. Heat release will be more. So we actually could have solved it without any question, because this is a Carnot cycle beta. Not Carnot cycle, it is a heat engine. So in the heat engine, net work then is actually positive. And net work done positive means net heat is also positive. So by that only we could have said that option A is actually wrong. Let's talk about option B. If we talk about option B beta, efficiency is, we can say this is heat input. So heat input is QBC, QAB minus QBC again upon QAB. So we can see it is also function of T1. We should use this values then. Why we should use this values? Because now V1 by V2 is given, but it is not fixed. So we can say QAB is nothing but nRT, or we can say 1 minus QBC by QAB. That is also okay. So this will be 1 minus QAB is nothing but 3 by 2 nR, and we'll get T1 minus T2. So T1 minus T2, this is 1 by T1, and we can say this is nothing but V1 by V2 to the power 2 by 3. And what is QAB? QAB is again nRT1 ln V2 by V1 beta. So notice that T1 will cancel out now. So we can say this efficiency is function of V2 by V1 only. It is independent of actually T1. So we can say that it means answer B is also correct. So we got BC